Local breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6 in high definition.
All right, continuing News 4 coverage right now. Some news breaking out of Anderson County. 2 homes and a vehicle on fire, a truck driven through a restaurant, and we just learned the person deputies think did all this has been taken into custody. The video you're going to see back here is from our crews as they pulled up to where all this is going on.
The restaurant is the Tiger Cove Grill on Whitehall Road. The burning homes, we're told, are near the restaurant. WYFF News 4's Liz Loheis joins us now live from the scene tonight. Liz, what can you tell us?
Michael and Carol, we just learned that Norris Perego has been found just inside the Oconee County line, and he has been arrested. Deputies believe he is responsible for damaging this restaurant behind me, and he also may be connected to a fire over here that damaged several homes. It started at the Tiger Cove Grill on Whitehall Road. Perego's tenant, Buddy Flowers, tells News 4 the two got into an argument. Then Perego put a burning piece of wood on a truck's gas pedal and ran it into the restaurant. Flowers says Perego then got into a different truck and took off. Flowers says he jumped into the truck that ran into the restaurant to try to stop him, but Perego got away. But the story doesn't end there. Flowers says Perego then went up the street and threw a gas can into his own home and a home behind it. Flowers says he thinks this was personal.
There's nothing I've ever done to that man for him to hate somebody like why he would want to do that to me. I do not understand it. I've never done anything but do everything he's asked.
Deputies say at least 2 homes and a truck close to the restaurant were burned. Perego has been in trouble with the law before. In 2013, he was sentenced to 5 years probation after being convicted of soliciting both a kidnapping and first-degree assault and battery. Again, Perego has been found. He has been charged with attempted murder because of what happened inside that restaurant. We'll continue to follow this story, and we'll have the very latest tonight at 11. Liz Loheis, WYFF News 4, live in Anderson County.
Liz, well done. Thank you. We continue to cover this online as well. Check out WYFF4.com. There you'll see more pictures and video of the fire and the crash.
We now know that the State Law Enforcement Division spent an hour and a half this morning interviewing a key witness in Monday's deputy-involved shooting in Greenville County. That key witness was 21-year-old Dylan Tiller. He was in the driver's seat asleep at a Citgo station on Piedmont Highway when deputies ordered him and his passenger, 22-year-old Jordan Browder, out of the car. Tiller complied. Deputies say Browder did not and was fatally shot. Tiller's attorney told us the 2 men had been on a meth-fueled burglary spree before they pulled into the gas station to sleep. According to his attorney, Tiller told SLED more about Browder's mindset that day.
Jordan had some issues with the police with his child support. And he made it very clear that day when they were going through Anderson and they were breaking into cars that if the police came, he wasn't going to go in, that he was for sure going to run and wasn't going to go down. And those are the words that obviously he used.
The sheriff's office says Browder was shot after he reached into his waistband and advanced on officers outside the car. 2 other people who say they were witnesses dispute the deputy's account, saying Browder was shot inside the car. Reckenbile told us, based on what his client said, he believes the deputy's actions were justified. Tiller faces drug, robbery, and weapons charges and could conceivably face decades in prison if convicted. And it was just learned that Tiller will indeed face charges in Anderson County as well as the charges in Greenville County. Deputies in Anderson County say he's accused of breaking into several vehicles in the city and in the county.
May want to check your bank account, your bank statements. 2 Romanian men have been arrested in the upstate. The Secret Service says they were stealing debit card numbers and the codes needed to use those numbers. WYFF News 4's Nigel Robertson tonight explains how it all got done.
Here they are. The Secret Service arrested Marian Sidaru and Inat Velcru, both from Romania. Court records say they are being held for trying to steal personal banking information. Once inside, both men appeared before a judge, neither able to speak English. So they actually needed a translator there in the courtroom so they understood why they were here and what happens next. According to the federal report, they had a GPS, thumb drives, cell phones, card skimmers, SIM cards, cameras, a laptop computer, and power cords.
Wow, I think technology is getting in the wrong hands, and it's a lot easier for people to get a hold of it to do stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty alarming.
Paul Hardy and others who live in the upstate say they are surprised a high-tech scam like this was actually targeting people in Greenville and Spartanburg counties. In fact, both men were reportedly hired and taught how to get personal information from ATMs by a man named Robert out of Miami. The report says they would put a skimmer on the ATM and then set up a tiny camera nearby to record people putting in their PIN numbers.
I look for people around me, but I don't look for any devices. I would never think to do that.
Immigration is also involved in this case because attorneys say they don't know if the men are in the U.S. legally. Nigel Robertson, WYFF News 4, Greenville.
This footnote tonight, court records say the men went to a SunTrust bank to mount those devices. Bond was denied for both, and their case is expected to go to a grand jury coming up the first week of July.
Simpsonville police are investigating Hillcrest High School's principal. Police say Principal Stephen Chamness failed to report a bomb threat. School resource officers say they were notified there was going to be an evacuation at the school because of a bomb threat today. Investigators say Chamness knew about the threat a week in advance and didn't tell police. Authorities are investigating 3 prior threats in the last 30 days. All of the threats were written on bathroom walls.
A well-known upstate plant that employs 150 people is closing. WYFF News 4's Mike McCormick tonight with a place that can help those employees start over.
Due to the economic times nowadays, you always have to be prepared for those things to happen to you.
Eric Stridiron and 100 of his former co-workers are looking for work.
I was just involved with a plant closing here in Spartanburg County.
And it's not his first layoff.
Those things happen nowadays.
He's right. Another plant, not the one he worked for, just announced that it's closing too. Forcia will end production at its Spartanburg County Emission Control Technologies facility on New Cut Road in November. The plant will officially shut down in December. A spokesman says the company is restructuring resources. That's 150 jobs lost.
Well, we've seen quite a few layoffs recently, a couple of plants shutting down.
Kenneth Moon is with SC Works Upstate.
Mostly around here, the employees are starting to hire more. I see more and more jobs available. I see more and more people getting hired.
The Forcia employees who aren't relocated within the company will likely turn to SC Works Upstate at the Spartanburg Community College downtown campus. That means they'll be following in Eric Stridiron's footsteps.
They're very friendly, helpful, and informative.
This is where he's getting help with resume building and interview training.
They get you well-rounded for the process, basically.
And it's all free. Mike McCormick, WYFF News 4, Spartanburg.
An important note here as well, the Forcia plant in Fountain Inn will remain open.
Ethics reform in South Carolina has been delayed for another 2 weeks. Today, the House of Representatives approved the long-awaited bill, but senators argued they need more time. It's a bill that requires elected officials to disclose their private sources of income. It also requires super PACs or political action committees to disclose their top 5 donors. And it bans altogether leadership PACs, private fundraising groups that raise and spend money without campaign oversight. Removed from the bill is a provision that would have created an independent oversight committee to investigate ethics violations. Some senators argued that would have created another layer of bureaucracy. The Senate will return on June 17th to cast its vote on ethics reform.